Well, thank you very much, Victor Howe. Drew Brees joins us from the Superdome. And Drew, how good does it feel to get the first playoff win out of the way? I know big goals ahead, but good to get the first one done.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, there's no easy no easy road through the playoffs, and we knew that this was going to be a battle. We knew these guys would come out ready to play. Um, felt like defensively, man, they're so stout up front. So it's kind of tough sledding there in the first half. We were able to put one good touchdown drive together, but I think for the most part, felt like our tempo wasn't really good. We weren't really, staying on the field the way that we wanted to and converting to points. So, big emphasis going into the second half to be able to do that. I felt like we put together some great drives there, kind of found our rhythm, ran the ball well, made some big plays in the passing game. Defense played lights out all night, and then special teams, came up with some good plays for us well. So, giving us some good field position opportunities. So, listen, all in all, when you look at that, you just say that's a great team win. It's a great team win, all three phases working together, complementary football.
You had a good, second drive with Michael Thomas, but what do you point to on why the level wasn't the same in the first half, the second half? You get the full platter back this week, but I'm guessing it takes time to get the comfort level and maybe shake some rust off as well.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of that. You're always taking the game plan and then getting out there and executing it based on, what plan they have for you, and I'd say the Bears did some different things. I think early on that were a little different than what we expected. But I think once we found our rhythm and groove, we put together some nice drives. Second half, obviously, I think our first two drives of the games were each 9 plays each.
Yeah.
So staying on the field, converting some third downs. We were good on third down tonight. We had a bunch of them. We had 16 of them. But regardless, felt like when we had to move the ball, score points, we did.
You mentioned it, time of possession, you guys really dominated that category in this game, but the 12-play drive to make it 14-3, and you have the 15-play drive. That really helps your rhythm. That has to help this offense moving forward next week too, just getting that rhythm back.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. The more that we can all kind of be out there together and getting back into the framework of this offense, and especially with, listen, Alvin literally showed up today, in order to play the game after being gone for 10 days, and then with COVID, and then, Michael Thomas obviously being down the last 3 weeks. I think people, you don't realize just the amount of just time on task and preparation throughout the week with just the little elements of timing and rhythm that then carry over to the game day. So, listen, I think that the more that we all have the entire group kind of, able to be out there all together, doing that, I think that pays dividends on Sundays.
I've asked you every week for weeks how you feeling. I thought a great sign was they called you up and over on goal line. A lot of people were surprised by that, given your injury. That's a good sign that that play call was called, right?
Yeah, I told Sean I'd get in, so I'm a little upset that that call was that play was overturned as far as the result being a touchdown. I could have sworn I got in. I guess I'm gonna have to do some extra box jumps tomorrow, just to make sure that I've got that range.
Is that the first time you've ever not gotten in on that play that you can remember?
Yeah, that was a little further out than normal, but felt like I could get it. And honestly, you kind of extend the ball out and then you bring it back, right? I guess I had to hold it out there a little bit longer just in order to cross. And I'm actually upset about that right now. Still,
I know, because if you're 37-38, I know you lament over the one incompletion. I've interviewed you enough over the years. I know you're the perfectionist. So let's look ahead to Tampa, though. You've beaten them twice this year, Drew. You really beat them up in Tampa the last time. Do you take anything from those games? Is it different in the playoffs? How do you approach a team you meet in the playoffs that you've beaten twice in the regular season?
Well, listen, I think playoffs are playoffs. I think everything is just heightened in the playoffs. The fact that we've played these guys twice, they know us, we know them. It's a divisional game on a whole nother level, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the playoffs and what's at stake. At the end of the day, we know they're a great team. We know that they're playing some really good football right now. We want to be playing our best football. I still think there's areas we can improve upon, really, in all three phases. And we're going to need to do that. We're going to need to play our best game to beat these guys.
Everybody's going to talk about Brees, Brady all week. You're used to that at this point, but it's just such an honor, though. I mean, to meet a quarterback who I know you have a lot of respect for. Just talk about the challenge of facing a team quarterback by him, and what you think every time you match up against him within this division this year.
Yeah, it's I think you try not to make it bigger than it already is. The fact that I turned 42 on Friday, right? So yeah. By the time we play this game on Sunday, you got a 42-year-old and a 43-year-old, on either side of the ball, and he's played 21 seasons, I played 20 seasons, and so I think just so blessed, so fortunate to have had the opportunity to play, this long, and we played each other quite a few times. Have obviously had a lot of success, both guys, both teams. So I think you're appreciative. I'm certainly very appreciative.
Did you ever in your wildest dreams think you'd be talking about that? Both you in your 40s, playing 3 times a year, playing in the playoffs. I mean, I guess you never would have predicted anything like this.
No, but man, it's a never dull moment. This is exciting stuff. This is fun. This is what you play for.
All right. Well, Drew, listen, happy early birthday. Enjoy it on Friday. And we'll talk to you next week after the third meeting against. I appreciate your time.
All right. Thanks, Mike.